What's up, everybody? J Heat Sports Media coming at y'all again with that fire as always. Spinning the hot topics and getting the sports conversation started. We got to end out this list, the top 30 players in the NBA today going into the 2023 season. We on to the top 4 players. Let's get into it. So we on the top 4 players in the league today. The 4 best players in the world at basketball. It's crazy to think about it. All these guys I've been talking about are phenomenal superstar caliber athletes. Guys that if you saw them in an open gym or something like that, you'd think they was all world. That's all 30 of them. But the stars amongst stars, as we've been talking about, when I got to number 8 from Joel Embiid up, these guys are just special among the special. And now we at number 4. Now, like I told y'all, the last list, that number 8 up to number 5, those were guys that could be considered top 5 in the league, but nobody's going to talk about them being literally the best player in the league, in my opinion. I know I wouldn't. But top 5, there's an argument. I could only put one of them in the top 5. Now we on the top 4. These guys not only have an argument for top 5 in the world, but you could make an argument each one of these guys is the best basketball player on the planet. In my opinion, even though this is a top 4, this is 1A through 1D. Let's get into it. So, coming in at 1D on my list, a guy that is, for many years, has been considered the greatest player on the planet. People argue him for the greatest player of all time. But now we got media and fans that'll tell you he's not even a top 5 player. He might be lucky to be in the top 10. That's LeBron James. I think it's so disrespectful to think that this guy isn't one of the 5 best players on the planet still, even being that he's been in the league for 2 decades. LeBron James is a guy that does everything for you on the floor. He is still a guy that you can build a franchise around. We know the average is 27, 7, and 7. He gonna get you anywhere from 25 to 30 a night on a normal basis. He gonna get you 7 to 8 boards, 7 to 10 assists, for real. And when he wants to, he gonna lock down on D. He gonna play both ends of the floor, gonna get you some blocks, put your stuff on the glass if you don't watch yourself. He can start the fast break off the board and run the floor like magic. He can get in the paint and hold it down like Karl Malone. One of the greatest leaders we've ever seen in the sport today, and even still is that dude in the league. I think you can make an argument if somebody says he's the greatest player in the league today, number 1. I don't think that's a crazy assumption. Although he's got competition, it's not definitive right now. The fact that his team didn't make the playoffs the last season, that's a big deal. He's got something to prove this year. But LeBron James, without question, 1D on my list. One of the top 4 players in the league. At 1C, a guy that's been his rival for quite some time, or some might say it ain't his rival. He would say has been somewhat of a rival, Kevin Durant. Another phenom, 7-foot shooting guard that can give you some point guard in a pinch, can play all 5 positions like LeBron. He gonna get you anywhere from 27 to 32 a night. Maybe the greatest scorer we've ever seen in the league, right there with Michael Jordan, but even more efficient when you look at his ability to shoot from the mid-range, the 3, and the in the paint as well. At 7 feet, if he get past you and he coming in to dunk the ball, you better watch your head. but he also can get you some dimes and set his team up as well. Coming off a year where he was giving you 29, 7, and 6. A guy that's capable of being 90%, definitely high 80s from the free throw line. Been 50% from the field for a number of years now, and pretty much 40% from 3, or at least 38 or 39 depending on the year. Kevin Durant, easy money, is as smooth as they come, and he makes it look easy. And again, arguably, some would make the argument the best player in the world still. Giannis has said it out of his own mouth. Others have admitted it. He's an assassin, as LeBron James has once said. But he did just get swept, and because of that, I'm putting him 1C. 1B, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis, the Greek freak, does it all as well. He gonna get you 27 to 29 a night, 10 to 12 boards, 5 or 6 dimes. More importantly, he playing the other end of the floor even harder than KD or LeBron. He gonna get on those boards. He's not as good as a perimeter defender, in my opinion, at times, as other great perimeter defenders who have made all defensive team. But he definitely is good on the interior and protecting the rim. Defensive Player of the Year, 2-time league MVP, recent NBA champ. We know the story. However, he didn't win it last year, didn't even get to the finals or the conference championship last year. And that being said, he's coming back with a vengeance this year because he should have his team healthy, and they should be the favorites probably in the East going in. In a lot of people's minds, this is the greatest player on the planet. I don't think that they tripping when they say it. A lot of people should think it, and he's young and he's still getting better. He shooting 55 to 60% from the field, has gotten his three-point percentage up to 30, his free throw up to 70%, which is big for him, and it's only getting better. Can't wait to see what's in store for the Greek freak coming into this next year at 1B on my list. And 1A, all hail the sleep master, the one that puts everybody to bed, Stephen Wardell Curry, the chef. Chef Curry, been doing his thing for years. He's been for several years in the conversation with LeBron and KD as one of the top 3 in the league. But a lot of times people would say, well, because of their size and their freakish athletic ability, those two was ahead of him. But Curry, on pure skill at 6'3", was right there in the conversation. Some of the best handle we've ever seen in the league's history. In my opinion, top 5 handle. Underrated as a passer. He can play the 1 or the 2. People say, well, he plays off the ball a lot, and he does. But he can get you buckets and be your floor general. Steph Curry's going to get you anywhere from 5 to 8 assists a game. 5 boards, which is big time for a guy that plays the type of game he plays. He's on the rebounds. Underrated on the defensive end. He going to make a heck of an effort. He not olaying people, letting them by, but he got some ankle issues, literally, and sometimes that might compromise his defense a little bit. But he gives the effort, and on offense, he's lethal from everywhere. As we all know, the greatest shooter we've ever seen, ever. All due respect to Larry Bird, Jerry West, Chris Mullin, Kevin Durant, Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, you name them, Glenn Rice, Brent Price. Whoever we talking about, Steph Curry, that's the dude when it comes to shooting from everywhere on the floor. Steve Nash, Steph Curry from the three-point line, mid-range, layup package. He's the best. Even Kyrie, who has some of the best moves and finishes, Steph Curry is in the class with him when it comes to finishing at the basket. If he's letting it out of his hand, it might be a bucket. And what he did this year was the greatest year of his career, in my opinion. His ability to lead that team in Golden State. They got a loaded roster, but their engine and what makes them go, even though Draymond Green, people would say, is the emotional leader, Steph Curry showed that he was that guy and stepped up in critical moments against a Boston Celtics team that people did not necessarily expect for Golden State to for sure win it. Some people had Boston. Curry gonna get you 25 to 30 a night. He's 50, 40, 90 waiting to happen. Typically his field goal percentage is mid to upper 40s, but his free throw percentage is always in the argument from night to night, shot to shot, as all-time the greatest free throw percentage ever. And for the first time, I think this year, he didn't shoot 40% from three. That's crazy, the first time. Steph Curry is that dude. And if he ever had an argument for the greatest player in the world, it's right now in this moment. He put him to sleep, y'all. Steph Curry 1A, arguably the greatest player on the planet, and part of my top 4 of the superstars in the NBA today. Steph Curry, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kevin Durant, and LeBron James. And that's the list, y'all. Holla at you. All right, y'all, that's all the time I got. Y'all know what it is. J Heat Sports Media. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Get in that comment section. Let me know what y'all think. I'm on YouTube, of course, but Instagram, @TheVaultJMU414 on Twitter, and of course, what's up, TikTok? I'll holler at y'all next time. Hopefully y'all like that top 30. If you missed some of them, go back and check them out. 30 best players, in my opinion, in the world today in basketball. Holla.